Corin. I work here at Donley Auctions in marketing and auction tech and IT and other stuff, whatever they need. Since Randy and Susan are on this buying trip this week, if you don't remember, here it is.
I do want to tell you that Susan and I were going to be gone for a week, actually on a very a nice buying trip. So we're going out looking for more goodies. So you'll be seeing that. And while we're gone, everybody here at Donley Auction is going to put together their own podcast. I can't wait to see it.
So Monday morning at our staff meeting, I told everybody, hey, we're going to be doing this podcast and everybody's got to be in it and it's going to be a lot of fun. And you can imagine the reaction. Nobody wanted to do it. But once I got the cameras rolling and the microphones on and the lights on, suddenly everybody had stories to tell and it was a lot of fun. But the problem is, now I've got about 2 hours of footage. We have a lot of fun around here. This is a great team. We work well together, and we really like what we do. It's a unique job in that every day it's different. You never know what's going to come in. The auctions are fun and exciting. I never thought I would like an auction. I love the auctions now. They're just so fun. People are getting together and looking and bidding on things that they like. We get to hear about a lot of people's collections and just some great, great stories. There's a lot of neat history. We hope that you will trust us with your consignments. We are always looking for your consignments. If you have one item or if you have a whole collection, let us know. Send some pictures and some information to consign@donleyauctions.com. That's the email address, consign@donleyauctions.com. You can also find it on the website, which is just donleyauctions.com. DONLEY. Auctions with an S. But send us some pictures and we'll take a look. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't hurt to give it a try and see if there's something that we can auction for you and get you a good price. We like to say we'll make it fit in your wallet. I hope you enjoy the rest of this podcast. There's a little crazy and a little fun and you never know.
Hi, I'm John Meniotis. I'm a describer here at Donley Auctions, and there isn't a day that goes by that there isn't something new that crosses my desk. Today it happens to be a lot of iron, Civil War era cannonballs of varying sizes, and some are really rusty, some are nice and clean. But I'm just putting them together.
You have
That's this stuff here.
item that's coming up for auction? Or
Yeah. It was a portrait of a woman, scantily clad, and as the story goes, on the back of the painting, on the frame was written, recovered from a bar, tavern, restaurant in Wichita, Kansas. The hotel still exists, so the building is still there, the restaurant is still there. It was hanging in this bar, and Carrie Nation, who was, I guess, a women's temperance figure. Anyway, she was a figure in history that when you hear the name, I've heard of that, and it kind of got me to delve into the story a lot more. And the story goes, according to the note on the back of the portrait or painting, is she broke up this bar that this picture was in, and this was saved from her wrath. And so you come across objects with information like that and you say, okay, sure. But then you dig and you look and you see that on the back of that painting, the name of the restaurant, hotel was written there. So you know that, okay, it's from this location. So what I did was I looked up the name of the place, and I think it's on the National Register of Historic Places. It still exists. And regarding Carrie Nation, long story short, it sounded like her first marriage wasn't going so well, didn't go so hot. The husband was a drunk, and so in her mind, these were the evils of the world. It was, and so she went to the tavern and smashed it up. She's infamous for having, I guess, an axe was her weapon of choice or implement of choice for these kinds of bust ups. But she's famously quoted as saying something like, before I ever picked up an axe, I used rocks and bricks and such. Her method of protest was not quiet or docile. It was forceful. And there's some pretty fun quotes that I've come across that I don't know if I can share with this audience. But look up Carrie Nation, and after that event of smashing this restaurant up where this painting was, she was thrown into jail, and that is when she, I think, switched to axes. And they even sold axes as souvenirs. It was a thing.
Wow.
But she seemed to be quite a character. So what day is it today? It's the 25th of March. On Women's History Month, I guess. It's a neat thing to look into.
Hi, I'm Neil. I'm the gun guy. I do all the appraisals, all the descriptions, research on firearms. I'm also ATF compliance officer. I do all the paperwork for the ATF and keep us compliant and happy. Keep our license happy. So,
What was the favorite thing you ever sold?
jeez.
The coolest thing, or one of the cool things? There's so many cool things.
No, there's constantly good things, but I'm a 22 geek, and I love old 22s around the turn of the century and stuff. That's what I collect. So,
See, we had a nice one.
oh, we've got several actually from that last collection. We got an 1890s 06. What's that? 61 Winchester 61 with the in great condition. 22 geeks are always happy at our auctions. So
And you were the hero that found the Skagel knife in the box.
that's true. That's true. Out of stupid luck. Saw a symbol I didn't recognize, looked it up, and that's what I found. So
And it sold for what? Like $10,000?
10 grand.
Yeah.
10 grand for a knife. That's just,
A knife that was just beat to death. But
Yeah.
it's so rare. Skagel's the one that actually taught Randall.
yeah.
Mhm.
He was his mentor.
Do you want to be in the podcast, the video?
Is that good or bad?
It's a good thing. I think you should.
I'm going to by the police. It's a
Not a problem at all. Nobody watches it.
It should be on the.
Give me an enlargement then.
Hi, I'm Mike Donley, and I'm a consignment specialist here at Donley Auctions.
You want to say hi, I'm Larry? And you
I'm sorry?
want to say hi, I'm Larry?
Oh,
Go ahead. Say hi, I'm Larry.
no. Hi, I'm lost.
So you just went on a pickup
Yeah,
yesterday,
absolutely.
all day.
All day. We're about a mile or an hour and a half southwest of Starved Rock. We had two gentlemen that we picked up from.
Hey, look at this. It's a Daisy number 72 Squirtomatic squirt gun.
Squirtomatic.
So it looks like,
That's an awful small baby.
no, squirt gun. Water,
Squirt gun.
yeah, Daisy squirt gun. So I think you put the barrel in there and then you fill it
And let it.
and then you
Yeah,
squirt.
yeah, they had guns like that. Is that a present?
No. I got to find out about this. I've never seen one like this made by Daisy squirt gun.
What do they call them now? Super soakers or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the predecessor to the Super Soaker. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I had a little cap gun when I was a kid. It had those strings of whatever
Yeah.
it was, gunpowder or whatever.
Paper.
Yes, the
Yes.
red paper. And it sounded like that.
I miss those.
Those were fun.
Combination water and noise maker. I'll have to look that up and give you a report on that.
Oh, good.
So yeah, Neil and I were down yesterday in Southern Illinois, and we ended up picking up about 250 guns.
Yeah, right about that.
Anything of any import come in? I was there with you, so I saw most of it. But do you want to talk about anything that came in?
We got in a couple beautiful guns. That little 410,
Oh, that's a beauty.
isn't it though? Gold inlaid and engraved. Takedown too.
Who's that made by?
God bless it. I knew you were going to ask me that. Browning.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a real pretty gun.
Shiny.
It is. It's very nice. We got in. Good Lord. There's so much here. I'm overwhelmed. I can't remember all of them. SP1s, the ARs. We got in tons of pellet guns. Here's some I haven't seen in quite a while. Been modified. But Ruger, these were limited runs. The heavy Mini 14 range rifle, the heavy barrel, and it's tunable. You undo these little keys and you adjust it up and down, and it enhances the harmonics of the barrel, makes it more accurate. I've never figured it out, but then he painted it all up and everything. But
Wow.
we got an old 22s. He was a big 22 guy. We've got 1906s, 1890s, you name it. Lots of them. Old 39A. Or that's probably a 39. But
Right.
There's some stuff over here. This stuff came in with that too, didn't it?
yeah,
What is this?
all those.
What is that thing?
That was made by Mossberg. It's called the Zombie Apocalypse Chainsaw.
It's a 12 gauge shotgun, basically, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, look at that thing. That was supposed to do boom, 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 boom.
You just hold it like a chainsaw.
My God,
Lock and load.
that would do some damage.
Absolutely. We had a lot of handguns. This is one I always liked. Not everybody likes 44 Magnum, but this was a fantastic gun when it came out. It's a 44 Magnum Hunter, and what it has, to tame the 44 Magnum recoil, had weights in here, and you can adjust them to different levels. You just pull out the screw, pull out the weights, adjust them to what you like, and it weighs down the muzzle of your gun, and it makes it much more controllable. It was actually a really pleasant shooting 44 Magnum. Another one. I haven't really gone through all these yet. That's an Irma 22.
Irma.
Irma. It's commercial pistol. It's made to look like the German Lugers. This was made to look like the artillery, and it's just a 22.
What year did they make those?
I think late 50s, early 60s. This one's pristine. It's very nice.
Another nice self-defense weapon here, for home defense weapon. Well, that's an automatic, semi-automatic too, isn't
Yeah.
it? Wow.
Believe it or not, they made those with big drums on them too.
Jeez. Are these saleable in Illinois or not?
No.
No, you can't have. You
No.
can't have these if you live in Illinois, unfortunately. Wow.
And actually, that's probably the best thing in the world for home defense.
Oh my goodness, yes. Wow.
It's short, it's nimble, very effective, and they're not that bad to shoot as long as you don't fight them. Let them rock in your hand when you shoot it.
Well, all you out-of-state bidders, you're going to have a lot of fun for some of the stuff we got coming up. When is this auction going to be? We have a date on this one yet?
June 21st.
It's going to be in June, coming up June 21st. So, going to be a lot of good stuff for that auction.
Yeah.
And more coming in too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every day.
more coming in.
Every day.
This is more guns than we've ever had this early.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that gun. Wow.
So it's going to be a big one.
Okay. This is my dad, Larry Donley, Randy and Mike's father. He's the one that got us started in all this stuff. Geez, when we were little boys, he would take us to the flea markets. Actually, one of the most favorite memories we have we grew up in Berwyn, and my dad was going to a Model T part swap. Remember that over at Anderson Ford? And he had bought he used to go down to Maxwell Street, and buy stuff out of the basements of the stores in Maxwell Street. And he had bought a box of straw hats, brand new, like 1920 straw hats. So he takes my brother and I to the part swap, and he's going to look around. He gives us his box of hats, and we stand in the middle of the floor. I think we sold them for like $2.50 a piece or something like that. And I think there was a dozen hats in there. And he comes back like 10, and Randy and I are like, straw hats for sale, straw hats for sale. And everybody's, oh yeah, great, because all the guys had Model A's and Model T's, and they all wanted one. Brand new 1920s, straw hat, little straw boater. So he comes back in like 10 minutes, and all the hats are sold. They couldn't believe it. Yeah, that's one of my earliest memories of buying. He'd take us to auctions and stuff, and up in what was the auction barn up in Herman Bean's auction barn. It was on State Line Road. Yeah, between Wisconsin, Illinois, by Antioch up there, and Friday night auctions there, and they had like bleachers and whatever came in. I mean, it'd be the antiques or farm play. You could buy a load of baby chicks, anything you wanted there, and you bought phonographs there. We bought a lot of stuff there. Every Friday night we'd go there because we had the summer home up at Antioch.
A lot of baseball stuff you guys bought.
Yeah, we'd buy mitts and gloves and stuff, and take them, buy them for a quarter, 15 cents, 50 cents, and take it back and sell them to our buddies for $1, $2. We were making money as little kids, 10, 12-year-old kids.
And I never got a percentage out of all that.
So then we'd go down to Dad would take us down to Maxwell Street every Sunday morning. Go to mass at Holy Mount in Cicero, and we'd sneak out right after the gospel. So that's enough, because we'd had to get down to Maxwell Street, because early in the morning the best deals down there. And Maxwell Street back then was hundreds of thousands of people. The streets were so crowded you couldn't even move down there. And guys would just spread out blankets on the sidewalks, or set up card tables and whatever they had for sale. I mean, anything and everything you could buy down there. So you were looking for parts for the Model T down there.
My dad took me down there during the war, and he used to buy tools and he was an engineer at the Chicago Post Office, and he used to buy tools. I don't know what the hell they were, but he had taken some to the guys at work and stuff like that.
Yeah, Maxwell Street was unbelievable back in its day. I mean, I don't even know it's still there. I think they call it the Maxwell Street Flea Market now.
12th Street?
Yeah.
I think they call it 12th Street.
Yeah, but it was like 12th and Halsted, wasn't it, down there? Yeah. It was just a scene. It was unbelievable, but it was like out of a movie. I mean, there'd be guys, and I'm sure you've seen clips of this on TV, the guys playing the old blues guitars down there and stuff, and everybody had their money boxes out. There'd be guys that would have a chicken and say, when I get $5, give me quarters. When I get $5, I'm going to bite the head off the chicken. They called those guys geeks, right? They'd eat light bulbs and stuff like that down there. They were just old drunks. That's how they made their money, to get their booze money. They just do goofy stuff. Fire barrels on every street corner in the wintertime. You can stand there and keep warm at, and the Polish sausage stand in the middle of the street. You remember that? The Maxwell Polish, yeah.
I always remember
the smell I can still smell that Polish sausage. It permeated every area of there. And I don't think there was a Sunday I went down there we didn't buy something.
A lot of jewelry stores too.
Yeah.
They moved it later on underneath the bridge.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we're talking. We were going down there in the late 50s, early 60s when you were taking us down there.
I bought my first motorcycle jacket down there for $16.
And how old were you then?
Beauty.
How old were you then?
18.
18. So it's like 1948, huh? Yeah.
Huh?
1948. 1948 it would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of motorcycle did you have?
I had a 4161, 61 cubic inches, a knucklehead.
The Harley, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Bought it for $300.
now, was that a military surplus bike or what?
No, the first one I had, that was an old Army 45.
Yeah.
I think I gave the guy $50 for that one. Didn't know how to drive it. And it took me in the alley and told me what to do, And 3 or 4 times down by the alley, and he says, when you going to pay me? And I worked at a surplus store at that time, too. And I used to get shoes from the guy. I'd always tell the guy, so-and-so, a friend of mine is looking for size so's. I says, you know where they are. He says, just go get them. Just show them to me before you take them. And I did, and I come back to give him the money. Once in a while, he just says, put it in your pocket. But most of the time, he took the money and he'd throw me a half a dollar, extra. Yeah, that's when I worked for Johnson, killing chickens.
Yeah. It was a butcher store. He wasn't just killing the chickens. It was a butcher store.
Biting the heads off.
So now you met Larry. Now you know how this whole thing all started. Like 60 years ago. Oh, more than 60 years ago. So if I was 9, it was like 64 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Go down to Maxwell Street.
I got lost down there once, and I was crying. I was pretty young when he first started taking me there, and I remember this guy and woman had a stand there and asked me what it was all about, and I told them I'm lost. I thought I'd find my father, and they took. I don't know, they weren't barrels or anything, but they were big boxes, wood boxes. And they had me stand on there and put a sign on me, lost.
Wow.
Your dad found you then?
Huh?
Your dad found you then?
Almost immediately. Almost immediately. Well, I was this high off the ground.
I mean, that was smart because there was no way they would have found you with the crowds of people down there. I mean, it was just solid people.
Like this hill.
I mean, you just sort of moved along with the crowd. I mean, you couldn't move fast. It's just however fast the whole crowd was moving.
You were so pushed in there, you didn't know whether or not it was your hand or his hand in your pocket.
And there was a lot of that going on down there. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So this is a new segment we should start.
Stories with Larry.
Stories with Larry, yeah. If you would like to hear more stories from Larry, well, let us know so we can make that happen. Every week we can do a segment.
Do you have a favorite thing that we sold?
Oh no,
Like that license plate, or?
My job here is consignment specialist. I call myself. So I'm out there hunting the stuff to bring it in, and getting it ready to go for auction and stuff. There's so much stuff. I mean, I enjoy the research of things when things come in and finding out about it. Like that license plate. It was just a license plate until the whole story unfolded. Then it was something special. I mean, we have things like that coming up for the Civil War auction. We got something coming up for the slot machine show, which is, have you done anything on the Carrie Nation piece yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the first tavern she smashed the windows in. I mean, it's just, when you find things like that, it's so special. It doesn't have to be valuable, worth $100,000. I love when something's a frozen time in history, something was there. It doesn't have to be the most important thing in the world, but it was there and I experienced it. So that's what I enjoy more than anything.
That's fun.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
That didn't sound very enthusiastic.
That's perfect. Hi, I'm Trevor.
Okay.
Pretty much everything. Shipping, auction setup, and anything else that is entailed within.
Hi, I'm Nate.
So what do you do?
I do shipping and labor and everything else I need to do.
Hi, I'm Justin. I do shipping, auction setup, and labor too. So, yeah, he bought a lot of 3 helmets, which is this lot right here, and then he bought one and then another lot. So yeah.
Yep, right after an auction, we start pulling orders and then start packing. We try not to get pulled into any other projects while we're packing so that we keep the customers happy. We get some music going depending on our moods for the day. Some days it's some heavy metals and some days it's Disney.
Recently, it's been March Madness.
Recently, it's been some March Madness games. We're trying to get done with military and guns this week so that next week we can try and help set up for the next auction. Because everything's kind of back to back right now. We have many debates based on music, based on movies, TV shows, what stocks to buy.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, AMC.
Forte.
AMC being the highest of which. It's at a really low price right now. This is not financial advice. But
Small print.
exactly. Make sure you have a little pop-up on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
This is the divider. It's everyone's invoice in alphabetical order. So
So you.
it's all the paid invoices from this military auction.
Okay.
I am just deciding which one I want to pack.
So you're packing a rifle. Is this one or
Yeah.
both of them?
Well, this is just a box, but I can't fit inside of it. It's a Russian SKS.
Look how nicely it's mummified.
Yes. Nothing's gonna happen to it, hopefully.
Ready?
Yep.
I already forgot who goes first.
Hey, I'm Michelle.
I'm Justin.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Nate.
We are your Donley Auction shipping team, and we'll see you at the auction.
I thought you were gonna pause.
Yeah, you just kept going.
All right, take two. Roll again. Roll again.
I thought you were gonna pause for a sec so we could all like.
We are the auction shipping team, and
We'll see you.
pause.
Well, yeah. I
Okay.
was gonna say like pause for a sec so that like it's more like
Wait, you need to take a deep breath beforehand?
yeah. Just a brief pause. Just a brief pause.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, unleash your energy.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
I'm Justin.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Nate.
We are your Donley Auction shipping team, and
We'll see you at the auction.